Meghan crazy like a COOT. Piers Morgan gave preemptive blow on Aussie TV made Duchess can't smile. Piers Morgan appeared on Australian television to promote his new talk TV show and branded Meghan Markle the Queen of Woke before stating those who are part of cancel culture are sucking the joy out of life. Piers Morgan appeared on the Australian breakfast show today and unleashed on Meghan Markle for preaching about environmental issues despite living in a mansion and flying in private jets. Mr. Morgan also reflected on an interaction he had with an Australian lady in London who said wokies were sucking all the joy out of life. Mr. Morgan agreed, calling it a brilliant observation and said it was his mission to bring freedoms back to the world. Mr. Morgan spoke with Today presenters Karl Stefanovic and Allison Langdon about his new show and the royal family. Mr. Stefanovic joked he was surprised to see Mr. Morgan come round on Meghan Markle. The former GMB presenter laughed and remarked, "Well, she's the Queen of Woke. I think in many ways she represents this kind of mindset where she wants to right to everything that she does is fantastic. And everything anybody else does to criticize, it is appalling and they must be immediately cancelled and shamed and vilified, and that's not how democracies work, I'm afraid. The number of times they preach to us about the environment, those two clowns in their California mansion from Elton John's private jet. It's like really, you're gonna preach to me about carbon footprint from Elton John's private jet? No, you're not. And so my show, as you can see, my show is gonna take on this. Cancel culture has become something which I think destroys a society." Mr. Morgan then recalled an interaction he had with an 80-year-old Australian lady in London who came up to him and said she was behind him on the Markle debacle. He explained the woman was angry at people who are woke and that they want to suck the joy out of life and wanted Mr. Morgan to change that. He added, "It was a brilliant observation, actually at its heart, it's about sucking the joy out of life. It's about taking any of the fun and crashing it into a cesspool of funless, joyless, horrible, cancelled nothingness, and I see my role in life as to take this on and bring the joy back to life and the freedom back to the world." Later in the interview, Mr. Morgan reflected on the wider royal family and the health of the Queen and hoped she would pull through. Piers Morgan has yet again thrown shade at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle as the pair released a statement condemning Russia's attack on Ukraine. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex hit out at Vladimir Putin's actions and said they stand with the people of Ukraine as the situation intensifies. The message, shared on their ArchieHarrisonMountbatten website, reads, "Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and all of us at ArchieHarrisonMountbatten stand with the people of Ukraine against this breach of international and humanitarian law and encourage the global community and its leaders to do the same." But it appears as thought the presenter, 56, isn't impressed with their words. Sharing their statement on Twitter, Piers quipped, "This will really rattle Putin." It comes after Piers himself had hit out at the actions of the Russian Prime Minister a day earlier. Prime Minister Boris Johnson had previously described how Putin has chosen a path of bloodshed and destruction, and Piers took to social media to make his own feelings about the president clear. Taking to Twitter, he said, "Putin's invaded Ukraine. This is an act of war by a bully boy thug who doesn't think the rest of the world has the guts or will to stop him. Shameful." He followed it up by adding, "Putin's doing this because he got away with it last time in Crimea. And if he gets away with it again in Ukraine, he'll keep invading other countries until he restores the Soviet Union." As Piers has new hosting duties on Today in Australia, it's been claimed he is in talks to land the first interview with pop sensation Britney Spears since her court victory which ended her conservatorship.